Hi, my name's Deborah Kozlovic and I'm one of Creative Memories Advisors from Australia. Today I'm going to demonstrate to you the circle cutter. I've had the circle cutter since April. Creative Memories had sent me this so I could play around with it, come up with some ideas and get the feel of the circle cutter. So today I'm going to show you just a small technique that I found that helped me with my paper not moving, finding my center point if I lose my center point. So I'll show you that today. Before we start, I just want to go through the circle cutter. Most of you have seen this with other videos or whatnot. Down the bottom, as we know, that is for our blade because it's got a blade picture there. The black is for our jewel tip pens. That's just a normal ruler. Over here, this is the housing where our blade is kept, which is the same kind of blade that we use for our 12-inch trimmers. So the action of using the blade, it's all safe. There's nothing that can cut you unless you push that in and then push it down, then you can see the blade that comes through. This is the dial which gives you your measurements of how big or how small you would like to make your circles. You can do them anywhere from 3 inches right up to just about 12 inches. I think it's like 11 3/4 inches. Some I found that was saying that there's no halves. There's not, but you can eyeball it. And on here, if you look between the 4 and the 5 through each number, you have 4 white lines. If you go into the center of the 2 lines, just right in there, just approximately, that will actually give you your half. So you do have your 1/2 inch there, it's just not marked as a 1/2 inch. So today I'm going to show you how I would cut from an 11-inch circle down to maybe a 5.5 inch circle and doing half points from there and doing your rings. Now what I found that was easy for me, instead of holding down your housing the whole time, moving your doll, I mean, it's hard for some people, hard for not. And if that moves, then you're off center, so then your circle's not completely round, or it's big on one end, small on the other. So what I found that was easy is getting your 13-inch by 13-inch mat, using your center ruler, lining your 12-inch by 12-inch page on the board. With my centering rule, I'm lining up from the 6 to the 6. Using my pencil, now I know that this is the middle here, which is right there where the 6. So I've actually got lined up from 6 to 6. That's my center. Now what I found that also helped was putting a little bit of repetitional tape on the back end. And that will actually stick to my board. And it was easy for me then to cut my circle without the circle moving while you're trimming. So now I'm going to start at 11, which is right there, 11 inches. Charting my dial with the white. Lining my circle cutter up. So I know that this point is going to line up with my 6, and so is that. And then looking down in between here, you can actually see the dot. So you know where you got to line it up. And then you're just pushing that down with the little knobby thing, which is this thing here. You can actually see that go down on your page, and that holds it, and so that holds it in place. It's not going to put a hole or anything in your page. So I'm just going to line that up on my dot. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. So I'm going to hold that down. Then I'm going to push this in, push that down, and then do my first circle. So that is my 11-inch circle there. So now I'm going to undo the white dial, and then just move my housing down a 1/2 inch. So like I said, just eyeballing it in the middle there to my 1/2 inch, and I think I've moved that. So I'm just going to find my center point again. Just about there. And then do my 1/2 inch circle. And each time I go down, I'm just going to move it 1/2 inch. So now I'm going to move that to 10 inches. Just tighten it up and going around. As you can see, my page says just move then. Just make sure that that's down. So now that I'm going to move it down to 9.5 inches, finding my center point on the mat and then cutting again. Move it down to 9. I find it easier just to move it and then find my marking. I find it difficult holding it down the whole time and trying to move it. So I found this way was a lot easier. Some find it easy the other way. But knowing that I know where my center point is, I don't have to worry about not moving it or moving it by accident. So I'm down to 8 inches. This is one of the little tricks that I found. I found this saying that it was easy to do this also when you're cutting a photo. And with the photos, I made little photo mats. So I cut out like sizes, like a 3 inch, a 4 inch circle, and so on. And then I'll place it over my photo before cutting the photo, so I know where to position my photo before cutting it with the circle cutter, knowing that I've got it in the right place and I'm not going to waste that photo or, you know, chop off a head or an arm that you didn't mean to chop off. Okay, I'm down to 6 inches now. So find that center point again. Doing a 6 inch circle. Now a 6, sorry. That was 6.5. 6 inch circle. Going around. I know if I was holding it down the whole time like that, my finger would be so sore, my hand would be sore. And I'm sure that a lot of you would find that as well. Okay, this is the last one I'm going to do. So that was 5.5. So then just lifting it, this is my 5.5 circle. And then just lifting the outside. You can actually also, oops, that's not cut right through. You can actually use your outside as a border, if you like. Instead of wasting, you can actually come up with something and use that. That would be a great size for a 5 inch photo. So if you had a photo, you can actually put a 5 inch photo on that. Or if you want, again, you can actually cut out, you know, down to 4 inches and have 2 mats and still have a 5 inch photo on that. And that's not going to see, that way you're not wasting any paper. So these are the rings, right from 11 inches down to 5.5 inches. And that's how simple it is to use the new circle cover making circle rings. Happy scrapping!